Thought maybe she'd hear me.
We need a picture of it right there.
We can't start without you.
Most babies will rip it off.
Yeah, let me have a little water in case I start choking. That's good. Okay, tonight, before we start our meeting, we're going to have an invocation, and that invocation is always given by a member of the clergy or somebody from the community that would like to do it. We each time invite somebody to come. Whether or not you participate in the invocation has no bearing on what business you've come here to take care of tonight, and you do not have to participate in the invocation if you'd rather not. The invocation is given for the benefit of the City Council. Before we get our meeting officially underway, I'd like for everybody to stand. We're going to have the pledge led by Councilman Weber.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you all remain standing, tonight we have Reverend Curtis Hurley from the First United Methodist Church doing double duty. He did our Board of Works this afternoon, and he is going to offer our prayer tonight. Let us pray.
Lord our God, you created us for heaven, but you have put us here upon earth. So give us your spirit of wisdom and of understanding, a spirit of respect that listens to each other, that offers each other the benefit of the doubt, that a spirit of working together, because we know, oh God, that your will for this world is that persons would be in love with each other and in service to you. So we pray for your will to be accomplished through the proceedings of this meeting, that your spirit may be at work in this community. We lift up to you, O God, those who are in the community who are in great need, those who are hurting. We pray, O God, for that the decisions that would be made tonight would be in accord with your will in ministry to these who are the least. Thank you, O God, for your promise to be here with us, and we desire to abide in your will. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Hurley. We would love you to stay. We got the girls going to sing in just a minute.
I know. I'm already missing our choir practice.
Well, if you think your choir practice is one more, it's okay.
I'm the only tenor tonight.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Thank you.
All right. This being our regular meeting, we'll call the meeting to order, and the first order of business will be roll call.
Councilwoman Risch.
Present.
Councilman Weber.
Present.
Councilman Schauble.
Present.
Councilman Nobby.
Here.
Councilwoman Montgomery.
Present.
Councilman Creech.
Present.
Councilwoman Stevens.
Here.
We have a full council, 7 members. We can do business. We have a quorum. I welcome everybody tonight. You're in for a treat. I'll let Mr. Tyler tell you about it. Our kids all went to state in Indianapolis, Perry Meridian, and they did so well. I told the parents, I said that Roger can bring them all down and we'll honor them Monday night at City Council. So I'd ask the City Council, just leave your packets on the desk, go down and take a seat. We're going to let the kids come up here. David, you'll get the kids.
They're going to stand.
There. Have a seat right here.
I don't know how many kids we're gonna have. You have to do some, Tommy?
Yeah, I did. Right. Nice to have you on. Those sticky fingers tonight. They're nice. Boogie. Oh, wow, that's how's Martha doing?
We took her out to eat last night, and she seems okay. Not great, but she's okay.
He's a proponent of these.
Roger, if you'll turn around and tell the audience and the TV cameras here what we're doing tonight and what these young people have accomplished.
All right, this is a small group of our students that participated Saturday in the state solo and ensemble contest. We had 26, actually 25 events that one person was sick, but so we had 25 events that showed up and competed at the state level. In order to get at the state level, you have to qualify at the district level. So all of these students qualified in something that was at state. We had 3 large ensembles of 20 each, and they each received gold. One of the groups received perfect score. We had 4 barbershops participate in 3 of the barbershops. 2 of the female barbershop groups and 1 of the male barbershop groups received a gold, and 1 of the groups received a silver. And then we had several solos for a total of 22 events. And we have some of those soloists here. Who are the soloists here that received gold? So we've got several of those. And so we are actually not going to sing. This is a kind of a short notice, and so a lot of our students had other obligations already tonight. And we're not going to actually sing one of our state pieces. And these students are so good. I have great confidence in them because the piece we're going to do, some of them haven't sung since November. But we're going to do a kind of a gospel-style piece called "He'll Make a Way." It's not one of our contest pieces, but it's a really fun piece. And I'm doing it that way because we don't have all night for you to hear all 3 of the selections that we did at state. So we're just going to sing one selection for you, and one section might be a little bit different. So just watch me when we get to the repeated stuff. I'll give you a cue right before we go into that. After the the section that goes into each section goes twice. So just watch me. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Have your normal one. I'm not going to try to help you at the one section.
I know the Lord will make a way. I know the Lord will make a way. Oh yes, if you trust and never doubt, He will bring you out. I know the Lord will make. I know the Lord will make. I know the Lord will make a way. I know the Lord will make a way. I know the Lord will make a way. Oh yes, if you trust and never doubt, He will bring you out. I know the Lord will make. I know the Lord will make. I know the Lord will make a way. mercy's everlasting, His truth endures, and He sent His Son to set me free. I know the Lord will make a way. I know the Lord will make a way. Oh yes, if you trust and never doubt, He will bring you out. I know the Lord will make. I know the Lord will make. The Lord will make a way.
Amazing grace, sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. His mercy's everlasting, His truth endures, and He sent His Son to set me free.
I know the Lord will make a way. I know the Lord will make a way. Oh yes, if you trust and never doubt, He will bring you out. I know the Lord will make. I know the Lord will make. I know the Lord will make a way. He's there and He cares for me. He cares and He'll set you free.
Trust and never doubt, He will bring you out.
I know the Lord will make. I know the Lord will make. I know the Lord will make a way. Make a way. Make a way. Lord, make a way. Make a way. Have mercy, make a way. Make a way. Lord, make a way. Make a way. Have mercy.
Swing down, chariot, God will make a way. 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 Make a way. Make a way. Lord, make a way. Make a way. Have mercy, make a way. Make a way. Lord, make a way. Make a way. Have mercy. I know the Lord will make. I know the Lord will make. I know the Lord will make a way.
Mr. Roger Tyler is been the director out there. How long, Roger?
At the high school, I think this is my 12th year at the high school.
And he is tremendous with these kids. We hear about all these kids that are in trouble with drugs, or trouble with this, trouble with all. Tonight, we've got kids before you, and there's thousands more out there that are wonderful kids. And I think it's wonderful that we can come down here and we can celebrate this. I've got council members here. I want each one of the students to.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Can you have introduced yourself?
I'm going to.
Thank you.
You're jumping ahead of me. Oh,
Let's go. Rock and roll.
Slow. I'll take you first, Dr. Weber.
Sure.
I want you to enter. Is your mom and dad here tonight?
My mom and sister.
Ask your mom to stand up and, Dr. Weber, would you give her a...
I don't have to pin it, do I?
No, you don't have to pin it, just you. Come on over here, Mom. But wait a minute, she's gonna introduce her mom and her name here.
Go ahead.
We're gonna take our time.
Come on up, Mom. You want me to give one to Mom?
Yeah? What's Mom's name?
Amanda. You were supposed to introduce
Yeah,
yourself.
I'm Alara Jennings, and this is Amanda Jennings.
We're proud of you.
I'm Mr. Jennings.
You guys can step down. You got another pen?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll introduce a couple more here.
I'm still Mr. Jennings.
Is your mom here? Okay.
My name is Madison Fain.
Can I introduce the next one?
No. Okay, I'll come down now.
You don't know the next one?
Oh, I thought you wanted to.
I'll let you tonight.
You'll be home with her after a while.
Hi, I'm Heidi Urban. That's my dad.
Can I have a pen?
What?
Yeah. Okay, you out of pens?
No, I have two more, but I don't want to take it all.
Well, we got enough.
All right, come on. Hey, there we go.
Hey.
I'm putting my arms around.
You just like the ladies.
I do.
I'm Megan Ratliff.
Is your parents here tonight?
Nope.
Okay.
Hi, Mom.
How are you?
I'm Kendra Templeton.
Is your mom here? Okay. Well, I want you to introduce. Come on up, Mama. You got to go up by Dr. Weber.
Oh, no. You want it right here? Okay. There. Is that good?
Now introduce your
Yeah,
mom.
she's-
Introduce your mom.
This is my mom, Chrissy Templeton.
Okay. Who's next? Donna.
Hi. I'm Hallie Ferris. I'm Lydia Smith. My parents aren't here, so thank you.
I'm Charles Craxton. Garrett Jackson. Hey.
I'm Devin Devaney.
Who's next? That's you.
Oh, me?
That's you.
Okay.
I want everybody to take part.
Your name?
Cameron James.
Thanks. How you doing? Nice job.
If your parents are here, be sure to mention.
Carter Jackson.
Okay. Nice job.
I'm Andy Stan. Thanks for the performance.
Okay, Andy, good job.
Jordan Brown.
All right, Jordan. Congratulations. Hi. Your name?
I'm Rachel Jones, and that's my mom, Brenda, in the back.
Okay, she want to come up? You want her to come up so she can see her? Sure.
Let him do it.
Pin too. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi.
I'm Alexis Isaacs.
Is your mom here?
No.
Okay. Pin.
Okay, so then I'll start on this.
Brianna Chastain.
Okay, congratulations. Beautiful song. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I'm her mother.
No, you're not. You're not
You
him.
guys have got pins?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you know who I am.
I'm not sure. You get the pen, right? Come on up in front.
Oh, okay. I didn't recognize you, Caitlin. Nice job.
Roger, thank you so much.
You're welcome, thank you.
Now, are there any other parents?
Yes, I did, thank you.
Do you have some that's not here?
My grandparents.
How many not here? 4, 5, 6?
Well,
Anybody else?
we had, like, you know, we give all this, we had a lot of kids involved. We probably had 60 kids.
I just think there's stuff like
Back to your seats.
All right, thanks a lot. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Back to
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
I did.
Now we're gonna get down to business here. Our first item of business then would be our reading of our minutes of our last meeting of council.
Move accept the minutes as read.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to approve the minutes as they were sent out to the
So
members. Are there any additions or corrections? None appearing. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Under new business, request to purchase a diesel exhaust system for the truck through the AFG Dale Munson. If you remember, maybe even a year ago, we gave him permission to go after a grant to get the exhaust system for the first aid unit. We got the grant, and now we have to do the match, so go ahead, Dale.
Like you were saying, we got our grant approved. It's a 10% match grant, and I presented to the Board of Works earlier today.
That's great.
We went with air cleaning specialist. It is a little higher than the low bid, but for our type of building, it will work a lot better in the building. And that grant, the total come out to $25,859.60, and the match was $22,585. So we're asking for about $2,600 to match this section of the grant. And then after this is all done, we will probably be back to ask for a little more to finish the match out, so we can finish the total grant out. The total grant was $31,982.
What will the 30 extra?
What I want to do is, once we get this done with the 25,000, 26,000, I want to come back and ask for an amendment to the grant that we can request, and then possibly get a automatic defibrillator to put on the Gator.
The grant was not the lowest, but the board determined it was the best. And under state law, you can take the best.
Fran, is this for both sides or one side?
This will do all three trucks.
Okay.
Well, where do you suggest we take this out of?
I think we'll just do an additional in the general fund, put it in Dale's budget.
If it's okay with the council, then we would entertain a motion to advertise for public hearing in the general fund.
Second, so moved.
Okay, we have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second to take this money out of the general fund and advertise for a public hearing for the next meeting. Any discussion? Anybody out there, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dale.
Thanks.
Okay, we have a request to purchase 20 portable radios for the police department on the narrow band.
Well, of course, we had to get, everything went narrow band here recently, and we had to replace our mobile radios. And these are our old ones. We bought these in 1995 and 96. And as you can tell, I mean, they still work, but a lot of them's breaking down. We can't get parts for them anymore. We're robbing other radios to keep these radios going. And they've been very, very good radios. Very good radios. But there comes to the point that you know, they're going to have to be replaced, and we're running out of parts. Like I said, they only have to make parts to fix these anymore. And ironically, I remember back in 1995, 96, when we got rid of our other old Motorola's that had been around since I came on the police department, it was the same story. You know, they're only good for so long, they start wearing out and everything else, and there's no parts that they're obsolete, basically. Don't plan on getting rid of them. We'll use them until because, you know, we've got 26 guys, counting our 4 part-timers. We have 10 extra officers, but we'll continue on using with the detectives and the chief's office. You know, and our part-timers will continue on using these because we'll have a few to use, and also part out to try to fix them if we need to. This is the new radio that replaces this one here, and you can see it's a lot different size and everything else. And it has such as these. They have the head or the mics that go up, flip up here, and they go down here, and then they have an antenna. The shorter one sticks up here on it also. And they're very durable and everything. Basically, this is the replacement for this one over the last, 15, 16 years. I've got 3 quotes from 3 different Motorola dealers, excuse me. And of course, we do most of our business with ERS, and ERS came out with the cheapest price. And you can take a look at the other two parts. They're like over $2,000 cheaper. And And I would like to ask the council if these radios would be going to the patrol division. Like I said, detectives and our office will be using the old ones, you know, and parting them around and you get as much as we can out of these old ones. But I'm really concerned about my officers on the line. That's the ones I worry about, because they're the ones answering the calls first and everything else, and they do need new portable radios badly.
Okay, which one did you want the Board of Works to look at?
Well, we have 3 quotes, and I put another quote up on your desk there in front of you.
Yeah,
I had 2 for the package, and I got the other quote came in today, and of course it wasn't available the other day. But if you look, one quote is $18,710, and the other one's $18,951, and ERS is $16,216, or excuse me, $219.59.
David?
Yeah.
This ERS, and I need your help on this, it's like $2,000 less expensive, and this one also mentions a 2-year warranty where the other ones don't. Is that correct? Or
Yeah.
just was omitted?
No, this one has 2-year warranty.
It probably, I don't know, I didn't really look at the other quotes on the part as,
Motorola, so they probably have the same.
Yeah, they're all,
it's probably about the same on all the
okay, well, I
Motorola's.
noticed they're the same model number.
Yeah, it's the same everything, but they're just different dealers.
Metro Electrics has a 2-year warranty right here.
Is it? Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, yeah, this one has a 2-year.
We are in a position here, if you want to give him permission to advertise for a public hearing to take about $17,000 out of the general fund for those radios. We can do that tonight, or we can table it, whichever you want to do.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Give us the motion.
I just did. I'll make the motion, advertise.
Yeah, but it's only got.
And on the lowest bid. On the lowest bid, yeah, because I think it's the best bid too.
What are you looking for?
On the bid's incorrect, looks like.
It is incorrect?
Yeah, because if you look at down to leather carrying case with 3-inch swivel, it's priced point at $59, and then the 20 is still $59. So
That's exactly
what they made that mistake on purpose. But that comes out to $1180. Yeah, $1180.
I'll have to check on that, that's the first I noticed it.
Because that would jump the price up to about the same. It won't be close. It won't be quite as much, but it'll be 17.
That's why I said $17,000 for a public hearing. We have a motion on the floor by Dr. Weber. Was there a second? I didn't catch it. Nancy seconded.
Mayor?
Yeah.
Gabe, what was your question?
On this ERS thing here,
Right, I see what says $59.
and then on the 20 radios, it still says
20 times
59,
59.
which is
20 of the
1180.
cases.
Okay.
So it's going to be over 1,700 or 17,000. It'd be 17,500 or something like that.
1,780.
I'll have to get that
It's still
verified.
low.
Just make sure what they
But we need to know what we're doing before we vote on this.
Yeah.
Now, he wants to take the ERS, so it'd be 17,500.
That's cheaper than the other one.
Yeah, I'll have to get that verified there.
Still, it's still less expensive than the
Yes, it is.
Did you use the ERS before?
Yes, we use TRS now. They're the ones that take care of all the 911, takes care of our mobile radios we got and everything else.
Okay.
Now, Dave, how many of those ones do you have like that now?
Oh, there's
The
This
newer
one?
ones. The newer ones.
The newer ones, none. No, this is the first one. This is a newer version that took the place of this one. And we tried several of them. We had several radios we tried out. And this is the most durable, and it has the extra stuff that this one does. Because when you got all the garb on your vest and everything else, and your holster and everything, you know, the other radios didn't come with the mics that go up here, which come in really, really handy. And so we can get cheaper ones, but you get what you pay for. And I don't feel like they're as durable, and you don't get that extra microphone that comes up, and so you can talk like these do too. And we've been replacing microphones and everything. So you got antennas, and these new antennas. But anyway, like I said, we don't have any of these at all.
So is this just a newer version of that thing?
Basically, it's a smaller, newer version, yeah. And there's been some others in between there, but they're going obsolete too. So I mean, we're looking at 13, about 7 to 18 years here, difference. 17, 18 years that we've been using these radios, and there's been other versions of this radio come along, and they're getting to the point that they're getting obsolete also. So, like I said, when we got these, we were using radios that they were using when I come on the police department back in 1980. So, and that was like 15 years.
Okay, Dave, we got a motion on the floor. Here's any further discussion?
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah.
can we increase that to make it 17.5?
That's what I said, 17.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. I thought it was
Where are we
17.3.
taking it from?
General fund. Your motion was a general fund, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
When you confirm that with them, do you think they could sweeten the deal a little bit to get the?
Well, if you approve the 17, whatever, I'll tell them that, hey,
We'll tell them they approve 15. Connie said only approve 15.
I'll tell them and see if they'll cut us some slack on that price.
There you go.
I will make a phone call first thing in the morning.
Council, you have a motion on the floor giving us permission only to advertise. The decision will actually be made, and it won't be made in 2 weeks because we don't have time to advertise and get it done. It'll be made 2 meetings from now. The public hearing will be held.
Dave, is that 17.5 okay with you?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
So moved. Second.
Any further discussion? We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you, council.
Pending ordinance 6055, this is a public hearing on the ordinance that talks about our conservancy of water. As you know, we said at the last meeting, every city has to have one. You have to have a plan that if you run short on water, if we have a large drought, what we have to do. It's all spelled out. We went through every detail of it. We've advertised it. We passed it on first reading last time, and if it's your will, we can pass pending ordinance 2995 on third and final reading tonight. And it is a plan of action if we have water problems. We don't anticipate ever having that because we've been told we can pump 14 million gallons even in a drought. But the state requires the city have this ordinance in place.
Mr. Mayor?
What?
Did you want to have a public hearing?
Yes, we're in a public hearing right now. Did I hit the gavel? Public hearing. Who wants to speak on it? Anybody? It's your chance to speak. You might have seen it in the paper. We've had it hanging out there. We presented it last time. Anybody want to speak? Anybody at all? We'll close the public hearing and open it to the council. If you'd like to pass this on third and final, you've had it for 2 weeks.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I would like to make a motion we pass pending ordinance 2995.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to pass pending ordinance 2995 on third and final reading. Any further discussion among the council? None appearing. We'll have a roll call vote.
Councilwoman Rish?
Yes.
Councilman Weber?
Yes.
Councilman Shomel?
Yes.
Councilman Nobby?
Yes.
Councilwoman Montgomery?
Yes.
Councilman Creech?
Yes.
Councilwoman Stevens?
Yes.
Okay, we have a like ordinance 2996. This ordinance tweaks the original trash ordinance. When we originally passed the trash ordinance, we had it so that a structure or a unit was considered something that you would collect trash at. We were having difficulty because some people had converted older homes in the city years ago into 2 apartments. They're no longer able to rent those apartments, so when we started delivering the toters, they only wanted 1 toter, but we were charging them for 2 originally. So Mr. Baker and the committee got together and they looked at this, and it makes more sense to have the word occupied. So if that unit is occupied, then you'll pay for a toter. And the same with mobile home lots, apartments up to 8. If it's occupied, you will. And it's easy for us to tell now because if there's 2 there, we know there should be 2 fees. If there's 2 fees, we deliver 2 toters. In the old days, it was real easy to cheat because if you put your trash out in front, we didn't know whether you were paying or not. We just picked it up. So it has worked real well. So we want to add that language to this tonight by amending the former ordinance and adopting this ordinance to say occupied. Discussion. This doesn't require a public hearing, so we'll just have discussion among the council. Everybody understand? Anybody out there like to comment on it? You're all getting your trash picked up okay, everybody? Makes the town look nicer, doesn't it?
I make a motion we pass pending ordinance 2996.
Second.
Have a motion on the floor and a second to pass pending ordinance 2996, an amendment to the trash ordinance using the word occupied. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Would you like to suspend the rules and
So
move on?
moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to suspend the rules and move directly to third and final reading on pending ordinance 2996, adding the word occupied to the trash ordinance. On suspension of rules only, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? We can move forward if you like.
So moved.
Second.
We got a motion and a second to move forward and pass pending ordinance 2996 on third and final reading. Any discussion? None appearing, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? You have approved that change in the ordinance, and it'll be entered into the ordinance book. We have pending ordinance 2997. This is the ordinance where you will accept the donation of real estate from the on the Pramco property and authorize the mayor and the Board of Works to offer it for sale in the proper manner to put it back on the tax rolls for economic development purposes. This does not require a public hearing, right, John?
That's correct.
Okay. So with that, I'll throw this open to the council. Are there any questions?
Mr. Mayor,
Discussion, yes.
I move to accept pending ordinance 2997.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass pending ordinance number 2997 on first reading, accepting the Pramco property and offering it up for sale in the proper manner prescribed by law. Roll call vote.
Councilman Weber?
Yes.
Councilman Shomel?
Yes.
Councilman Nobby?
Yes.
Councilwoman Montgomery?
Yes.
Councilman Creech?
Yes.
Councilwoman Stevens?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rish?
Yes.
Okay, you have passed that on first reading. If you'd like to suspend the rules, you could move forward.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to consider pending ordinance 2997 on suspension of rules. And on suspension of rules only, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. You can move forward.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to adopt pending ordinance 2997 on third and final reading. We'll have a roll call vote.
Councilman Shomel?
Yes.
Councilman Nobby?
Yes.
Councilwoman Montgomery?
Yes.
Councilman Creech?
Yes.
Councilwoman Stevens?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rish?
Yes.
Councilman Weber?
Yes.
Unanimous, so you have adopted pending ordinance 2997, which will be 6057 in the ordinance book, and we'll proceed to put that property back on the tax rolls and use it for economic development. We have a like ordinance, pending ordinance number 2998, a transfer in the park from other contractual services to other equipment. And I don't think yeah, he is. He'll tell you all about it. I didn't see you at first.
Except for the trailer.
Trailers.
Yeah, we asked him to move money. Last year, I think Chief could probably tell you, we have one trailer in the park. So if the guy's mowing a couple different places, the kids are using our hauler or gator to drag fields. They was driving the gator from like Industrial Park to Babe Ruth Park, which isn't really allowed. So we have to get another trailer to haul that equipment from park to park, and that's what the transfer is for.
Everybody clear on that?
Yes.
It's coming out of his budget, but he's doing some transferring within his budget to get this done.
Before we get to that, does everybody know that Mike was voted Wrestling Coach of the Year at the state?
We're going to honor him here in just a little bit. You're
I knew
always
that.
ahead of me.
You're slow.
I know.
Are you old?
We always wait till he's done talking. Remember what I told you today? We're going to honor you.
I know, right now?
No, we're going to vote on his trailer first.
Yeah.
On this transfers, anybody gonna allow it?
Yeah, pending on this 2990, I move past the first reading.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? You want to suspend the rules?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion on suspension of rules that we suspend the rules and consider pending ordinance 2998 on third and final reading on suspension of rules only. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. You can go further, Phil.
So moved.
We have a motion on the floor to consider pending ordinance 2998 on third and final reading. This would be transferring $1,100 from other contractual services into equipment in the park budget. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried, and you have adopted that. We've got all the way through those ordinances. Now, Mr. Mike. Come on, you got.
No, I got in trouble. I apologize. I didn't know you were going to be honored. I wouldn't have said anything.
That's all right.
You weren't here this afternoon.
But
That's
I
why
kind
you
of, he's done a tremendous job all year, and he puts a lot of effort into
Mr.
it.
Mike Bonnelly, Connersville High School, IHSWCA, Don Patton Award, Coach of the Year for 2013 for the state of Indiana. And a great park superintendent. I work with him every day. And,
Did you not get Park Superintendent of the Year also? Well, Mike, I think you want to compliment your team.
Oh,
Guys
yeah, it wasn't, I had a great
mentioned
team.
it.
We was 27-1. I had 8 seniors out of the 14 kids in the spots. We won sectionals and regionals this year. It's just a great group of kids and great staff.
How do you look for the future?
We should be, we should be pretty good. Last 5 years, we've been winning 20 matches a year. Probably the most winningest program in school, I would assume, boys sports. So, we're got our youth program started, and hopefully it stays steady for the next few years.
Good job.
I think you should have them on Connersville Speaks, the boys and Mr. Mike.
There you go. Yeah,
You'll arrange that, Mr. Mike, and we'll get that done.
I also like to thank the mayor for actually letting me do this, because it does sometimes cut into park stuff at times. And he has covered me before at meetings because I had a meet or something like that. So I do appreciate it, allowing me the time to do that.
Well, he also makes big bucks. If you figure the hours, he makes about 37 cents an hour.
That's good money.
So,
we appreciate it, Mike.
Good job.
thanks.
You can take your plaque, Mike, and we appreciate it. Okay. We're down to a public forum. Is there anybody here tonight came to talk about something? If you'd come to the mic, I thought we had a mic we would bring to you, Kenny, but
That's all right.
we're supposed to have. We just ain't got it yet.
First, I wanted to say about the trash trucks. I think that was a good move.
Thank you.
I think that was a smart move. And as far as Dave Jobe, I think that was a good move. I think his forward thinking as far as the heavy trash every month, that's something I talked about for a long time. So I think that'll work out. Mayor, I think you brought up here not too long ago that you were in favor of a trail by Beeson's, between Beeson's and Office Park. It came out in the paper that you were in favor of that.
When we were discussing the sidewalk with the county going up to Walmart asked about going up the railroad grade with a trail, and they said, well, we had to do one or the other. I said, why can't we do both?
Right.
And it's already there, pretty much.
Right. Well, I've talked to Barry Clevenger for a long time. Passed this out for me, and that's the reason he brought it up. We've been talking for a couple of years about it, and I've got a website that I put together that's ConnersvilleProjects.com, and it's got everything about this trail. It's the old, I don't know if you guys all know about it, but it's the old railroad bank between Beeson's Addition and Office Park and Town North. And right now, the part that's in the residential area is kind of getting grown up, and people are even dumping in it. There's piles of tires and deer carcasses and who knows what all. But from But it wouldn't take much to clear that out and use it. We already own all the property for this whole project. You know, the whole railroad bank, we own all the land behind Walmart. If you guys remember when we traded for that land, that first picture I gave you was what it actually looks like from Erie Avenue, which is the last road in Beeson's Addition when you go in there. That's what it actually looks like right now, which is shocking to most people how nice that is. That's looking north. If you turn around and look the other way, which I should have got a picture of that for you too, it's piles of tires and it's a dump site.
Now this is looking north.
That's looking north, yeah. But if you look the other way, towards behind the houses, behind the homes back, there's a lot of that that's, you know, there's piles of batteries, old oil filters. I've got pictures of that from years ago. So this has been going on for a long, long time. But the great thing about this is that we own the land. All that land. You won't have to purchase any land whatsoever. These the girls with the babies. I mean, in Beeson's and Office Park, we don't have any sidewalks. I mean, there's no, you know, we don't have any sidewalks, and there's no place for them to go. And they're anxious to see how they could go to Walmart. You know, you could have at 34th Street where Office Park starts. That's where the trailhead would start.
Right at the end of that little street, by the gas station.
Yeah, it just abruptly ends at 34th Street. Well, right there you can put a real small parking area for people to drive from the east side of town or wherever. They could park there and they could walk the trail. They could walk all the way to Walmart if they wanted to. Or they could walk to Lick Creek, because this would take you right to Lick Creek too. But it just seems a waste not to use it, and a good opportunity.
It's a good idea. I think, is this part of the Gateway Trail, or what?
It's not been talked about for anything. It's just abandoned.
Ken, you mean 32nd Street, don't you?
Did I say 34?
You said 34.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I didn't know what you
I'm
were
sorry.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was.
Yeah, you're right.
Is Mike still here?
Did somebody build a barn?
Yeah.
Or something over there, like on where the tracks
Mike?
used to be?
The only thing that I've seen that's on there is a shed. That's a portable shed. That's
a pretty good size one.
No, it's that church, the old church on Wayne Avenue.
Okay.
But that could be moved real easy.
How far does this existing trail go?
It goes all the way to Lick Creek, which is behind the creek behind Walmart. But it's very nice. It's just very nice.
The only thing, we would have to cut through the farmer's field to get over to Walmart.
No.
You mean go all the way to the airport and then turn?
Okay, there's a woods back there. If you go to that website, Carnival Project.
I've walked it, I know but you'd have to make a big L like this. I was thinking about going across the farmer's field with it.
Well, you can see on the last picture, it's hard to see on there, but on the website it blows up real big. But you could veer in front of which I think go all the way around that woods.
All the way to the airport ground.
Yeah, it would go all the way to the creek. The other one would curve to Walmart. Now there's a real small spot right behind Walmart that's owned by Walmart, but Barry Clevenger with the Walmart, that won't be a problem because of that easement there. If you go behind Walmart right now, you can see where they've actually mowed back, and it just looks like that's what the trail would be. It's just something, and it just seems like a waste not to be doing that.
Where's all them batteries and stuff? Right at the head of the trail?
They're like like I said, if you go to Erie and you look back the other way, it's just impassable now. I mean, it's all grown up now, but
it's behind people's houses.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I know where Erie is, the one where the church is. The church faces Erie.
That's the last,
That's the last street in town.
And the church, they're all in favor of it. People at Walmart's real excited about it. There's a guy that works at Walmart that drives to Richmond to go to the trail at Richmond and walk the trail at Richmond. He was going to be here, but I don't see him. That's looking from Erie Avenue, which is the last road in Beeson's. If you walk up to the tracks, that's looking north. So that's looking towards the creek or toward the Walmart's to the left.
Is that trestle still up there at Smolin?
No, it's gone. They went up there years ago with a backhoe and tore it all down, which is a shame because wouldn't that be great to get this done and see how.
You mean the trestle over the creek?
Yeah, I mean it was huge.
It was well built too.
Yeah, and then you could have extended it. This could go all the way from one county line to the other county line in the long run. But it's laying down there on both sides of the creek. where they
It worries
filed it.
me a little bit if it's all in the city limit. The
What do you
city, well, the city limit goes back all the way to the railroad grade.
To the railroad.
Because see, when you go north, we go out of the city.
Yeah, but
I'm not sure where it is. The
But the
airport's in
county
the
line-
city.
The airport, yeah, the airport's.
Not all of
Yeah,
the
it's-
airports in the
Huh?
city. Not all the
Not all of it
airports
is?
in the city.
No, it's in there, it's in the county.
But the north.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's do this.
Want me to walk it?
I want you to check it out and make us a report.
Okay.
Maybe this is our answer, at least a quick fix. Plus, it'd be a beautiful trail to have. I hate to add something else on you. I know we just keep adding.
What's the
on to it.
length, Kenny?
Jody can
How
help
many
me.
miles?
Wrestling's over, you got to
From 32nd,
Oh, yeah.
from 32nd
You thought you were
Street
gonna
to Walmart is exactly a mile. Okay, you can make it exactly a mile from 32nd to Lake Creek, it's about 3/4 of a mile. If you go in if you go in at the other trailhead, which is actually a node it's called, because you go both ways, I've done a lot of research on this stuff, that's about halfway. So if you go in at Erie, you can go halfway. So if you don't want to walk as far, you can go in there, and you can put a small parking area right there too. Now, as far as funding, Smalley's Lake money. I don't know if you want to go there, but was what 600 and
Yeah, but we're not allowed to use it up there, Kenny,
why not?
because it's not environmental. Is that right, John?
That's it, it was earmarked for environmental purposes only.
It has to be an environmental, but we wouldn't need much funding. We can do that on our own.
Well, I think you know you get Dave, get the street department or even the county or.
What's that picture with the blacktop? Shows asphalt.
That's not
No, that's not it. That's the cinder block or the
Oh,
cinder
okay.
from the old
That
railroad.
looks pretty nice.
It is. And so the base is there. And there's all kinds of communities that are using abandoned railroad right-of-ways for trails.
Where I come from, we had all those iron ore railroads. They're all snowmobile trails in the winter and four-wheel trails in the summer.
But people ride their bikes to Walmart, I know. I've seen them on State
This
Road
would be
1, and this would
perfect.
be great.
And Walmart's told me that people are already doing this.
On this
They're-
trail.
Yeah, they're walking through the field to get to their store.
Kenny, now, are you proposing to Walmart or to that Lick Creek area?
Both. Both. One would go to the Walmart Business District, not just to Walmart. I've been working with Anna Dungan at Baycamp Foundation.
Oh, okay.
That was going real well for a long time, and they voted to not follow through with it. You know, funding is probably a big part. Another one was because it was going directly to one business, and they were afraid of it going to one business. But it's not. Right now, there just happens to be one business up there, but it's an entire business district up
It's
there.
coming, two more of them are coming up.
There'll be a lot of businesses up there. But as far as the comprehensive plan, it talks about trails in our comprehensive plan. I was on that board, and when we met at almost every single meeting, there was two things that people talked about all the time, which was trails and access to the river. You know, so this would be just a perfect opportunity to be able to do this trail. All these people here want a trail. You know, I could take a poll like you do, Mayor, and ask everybody who wants a trail.
Who wants a trail? Raise your hand. It's easier. Who
doesn't want
a trail?
No, Mike, you can't vote.
No, I'm joking.
Mayor, now, will we do like for Walmart or going, you're like going
Well,
on
see,
up or
when
what?
he's talking, if you go all the way straight up, you'll hit Lick Creek. If you
Okay.
turn and go over this way, you'll go to Walmart.
But do we own that property going to?
Yeah, we do. And we
Oh,
actually
okay.
own the farm field in front of that.
Right.
That's
This is
why I
just
thought
up
we could make a
Park
curve
Road
like
across
this if we
30
wanted to.
So Mike's done with wrestling, he's got nothing to do, right?
Well, he was gonna
He's
switch.
got 30 acres to maintain.
Okay.
We'll take a look at it.
But we'll
Okay.
take a look at it, and I want to be sure it's all within the city, because some of that is in and some of it
See,
isn't.
I've talked with Jerry Goldman. He told me the abstract office right across the street here, they would have all that information because they went through that when they did the Park Road extension. I've worked with them, and he said it would actually be in there. So you guys might have more pull to get that for us than I would, than I will. But all that information is already available.
On both sides of State Road 1, the city limit goes back just so far, 1,500 feet. How far, John? We used to know that. How far does the city limit go back on each side of State Road 1?
Well, you mean the right of way,
Well, the city, where it's actually in the city.
I don't recall anymore. I know I drafted it and did it several years ago, but I don't recall the details now. It's some
part of the trail
distance.
is this?
That's, see, I should have explained that more. That's not. That's somewhere else.
Okay.
That's what it could look
That's
like.
what it
Oh, I
could look
see.
like.
That's
I'm
Rich
sorry.
Carlbeck.
Okay.
But,
I said, this looks pretty good.
I know.
Yeah, I
You
need to fix
why
it.
do anything?
Yeah, that's great.
But that gives you a perspective of what it could look like, and I don't think it would be that hard. But if I could be involved in this too, with whatever, Mike does or whatever, I'd appreciate that.
We would probably have a lot of volunteers. When we did it down at Smalley Lake to walk around the river, we got volunteers, and we had a lot of our college kids work in there.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of people in our neighborhoods that would love to do that, would be involved. And the more people that you've got on that trail, the safer it would be. Right now you've got people back there, and it won't be safe because it's overgrown, but if it's opened up, it would be safe. As far as the people being afraid, there might be some people when it gets down to it that think that you're going to have people walking in their backyard. But that being an easement, it was a railroad. It was going to be a highway down through there. I mean, we could still put split rail fences or that kind of a thing on both sides to.
That was some of the problems we had the other day when we had the meeting. People were worried about it being safe, or you don't hear many people being mugged on a trail, really. First place, muggers are lazy and they ain't gonna go up there.
Plus, I think this would be a way to sell our town. You could use
Okay,
that.
I'll tell you what, let's,
We're gonna go to the soccer field in the morning first thing, and then we'll go up there right after that.
I want you to walk that trail, get some good pictures for us, and see about what it would take to clean it up. Maybe we can clean it up for this year without spending much money and make a walking trail out of it. It would solve half our problem. I still think you're gonna have the people that are on the other side are gonna walk up and down the highway whether they like it or not.
Right.
But at least we give them that option. I mean,
Yeah.
that's right.
But in the long
Get 'em
run,
off
this would
there.
need to be a paved trail where it would be, where everybody could use it as far as bicycles and everything.
Golf carts.
But it might, you can come up to my house and we could go up there together or something, just,
Look at it, and give us a report at the next meeting.
No problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken.
All right.
Good idea.
Moving, anything else from public forum here? We're still in a public forum issue here. Anybody? All these smiling faces and nobody wants to say anything? All right, we'll close the public part of that, and EDG is not gonna be here. He had some railroad problems. Park Department, Mike, you got any report? We honor you and then you want. Then you run around.
It's 36-30 at halftime IU.
Thank you.
That's what you're on.
36 and 30?
That's my report.
Thanks, Mike.
Gabe doesn't think so.
I usually had 6.
Did you happen to check the button?
We'll take them.
Should have your, my month report. Revenue 9,357. A lot of that is soccer signups and basketball signups. A monthly expenditure report should be attached. $53,847. Payroll benefits was $28,000 of that. Utilities was $6,000 of that. Other big expenditures. We bought new tables and chairs for the Miller Center for $5,800. It's 30 round, 30 rectangle, 200 chairs, and the old ones will go to the Roberts building. So we're just kind of moving tables and chairs around. We also spent $2,000 on wood for picnic table repairs. Activities and programming. Soccer signups going on right now. Deadline is March 1st, $25 a player. We're also helping out Babe Ruth by taking their signups at the Miller Center so they can pick up those forms at the Miller Center also. Repaired 27 picnic tables, built 15 new ones over the winter. Miller Center carpets, banquet hall offices, room A was all clean. Christmas lights all taken down. Any spare time that the guys has, we've been spending at the James Roberts building. I put John, but it's James Roberts building. My building gets confused. Something that was passed today in Board of Works, the pool discount program. pool pass discount during the month of March, 50% off regular price. So anybody interested in getting a pool pass, they get 50% off this month. It's usually pretty good. We usually sell, you know, $1,000 worth of passes this month. A lot of people appreciate it. Miller Roberts Building update, the budget right now. Trying to keep a little better track of it this year. We have a spreadsheet, everything in columns, putting the money in the right columns, so we don't try to overspend. But right now, we spent $22,514 out of the $62,000 that we received. We also are trying to time in an action plan where we kind of try to plan out the rest of this year, so the painters know what they're doing, electricity knows what they're doing, and we kind of try to stay organized. It's been working out pretty good, but things do happen, things do pop up. But this week, we're installing a window area, so we'll have kind of like a display. We'll have one window completely done with the trim windows in, ready to go for people to look at. Both exit doors will be installed this week. The sewer and plumbing's pretty much done until we install the sinks and toilets, but pretty much all the major plumbing's done. The lift will be inspected on February 26th. WTCC, which is the kids' school, they're working on the baseboards, the window trim, chair rail. Right now, the morning class is working on it, and I think they got 3 windows completely done, and the baseboard probably 80% done, so they're doing a pretty good job. Restrooms and kitchen is going to get painted this week, and we're going to hook up the water heater, water softener, and also install the speakers and the PA system this week. Next week it's going to be pretty exciting. We're going to be laying the ceramic tile in the restrooms in the kitchen, so we can't wait for that, and also installing the insulation in the ceiling. So it's coming right along. Bill and Clarence doing a great job, and it's been a good project so far. I can't wait. But when the tiles lay down, then we can start installing the toilets and the sinks and things like that. Our goal is, I think we plan on having a city council meeting in March up there, like March 18th.
Second meeting.
March 18th. Hopefully when you guys come in, the banquet hall part, the big part, we're pretty much done. In the kitchen, bathrooms, pretty much done. Maybe still be putting some fixtures in, but should be close. Our goal is April 8th, we should be heading outside, start with the parking lots, the sidewalks, and all that fun stuff. And when weather's bad, we go back in and kind of, touch up some of the small stuff. So I think the timing and action, we're doing pretty well. It's been exciting, especially now when you're starting to see something now. And try not to push Bill too much, but it's been exciting up there here in the last couple of weeks. And the only thing else, one last project, actually, David Job and Street Department is going to do this for us, but the soccer complex parking, the extension is going to get done before the season, which is very exciting for us in our program. So we're going to meet out there in the morning, and after that, we'll take a look at this trail too. Any questions?
No.
Mike,
good, Mike.
Mike, I know I talk to you every day, but I just saw something here. This LB Brown, $111.50, is that for a whole year? Or is that for 1 month?
That is for
3 months, 1 month?
What number is that?
All the way down to 365.
Actually, that's for LB, and that's for the porta potty at Smalley's Lake and at the park. Actually, there's 2 of them there monthly. CGS, I didn't put CGS on it though. CGS has the one down at Smalley's, and Brown has the one in the park.
Okay, what I want to talk to you about, council, is we have that building, and they call it the Red Cross building in the park. When they built that, we couldn't put a bathroom in there because we had no sewer in the park. Sewer runs right alongside that building, and I'd like to, over the next year or so, put a small restroom with just a toilet and a lavatory in there. So we don't have to have a porta potty sitting behind the police station in the park. It looks kind of cheesy.
Mayor, I think that would be an outstanding idea. We had used that, we'd rented that building before, has a refrigerator, it's very nice, air,
No
heat,
restroom.
but no restroom. I think that
And that's
needs
part
to
of our
be-
5-year plan, so
That
it
needs
works
to be
perfect.
moved up.
When Billy gets through up there on our maintenance department and we finish 911 and we get this touched up down here, getting ready for the bicentennial, I've got to fix this awning that's out over here because the water's going down behind it, and in the wintertime it's breaking the brick. When they put the roof on, they told us that we had to fix it, and I didn't want to spend money to fix it. I want to use our own people. The little piece that comes out over the front of this, we will do that. We also have a bathroom in the over there by the first agent in that ball field that got hit by a car, so we got to do that too. So we got plenty of work, but we do need to consider putting a little bathroom in that building. Then we can get rid of that porta potty sitting in the middle of the park. So that don't look too good. It's not sanitary.
I think the cost will be minimum on that. I don't think it'll cost too much.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike, how many parking spots do you think that addition in the back will put?
At least 50.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of property there. I don't know if you went out there, but it's almost 1.8 acres.
We're gonna save every ounce of dirt that comes out of there, which is a lot of dirt.
A lot of dirt.
We're gonna use a lot of it up at the Miller Building. We're gonna store it down at Smalley Lake. So we've got it ready to use. We might use some on the trail. Never know where we'll use it. But it's really good dirt down there, and we're gonna keep every bit of that.
We're gonna use grindings to fill back in with street grindings and save the cost that way since we already have it. That's great.
We got a stockpile at Babe Ruth and at Smalley, so.
And we'll have more every year after we end.
Mike, who all received tickets to sell, for the,
Oh, yeah, that's part of my notes here.
for the fundraiser for the Roberts Building? Who all is selling those?
All the city council?
All the city councils.
Anyone else?
Our staff, right now our staff. That's about
Okay,
it.
staff,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's down here at the bottom.
How many have sold all their tickets?
I have started selling them.
Have you sold all your tickets?
No, I haven't.
We're also looking for silent auction stuff. Anybody have anything, any connections or anything like that, so.
April 20.
Thanks, Mike.
You can go home now, Mark, or Mike. Police department, short report.
Our report is, we had 985 law reports, 12 citations, 1 ordinance violation, 5 warnings issued, 7 personal injury actions, 44 property damage, 0 fatalities, and 47 arrests made. On the other side, you can look at our bids in January, and I talked to Fran earlier, and kind of hit him to the punchline. We're kind of low, I mean, compared to the other year, we're not doing too bad on our overtime. And while I'm up here, to get it over with quickly, if any of you folks get complaints on any buildings, any houses, or anything else, call me. You need to call me or have them call me or something. If you want to call me, because I know we looked at a house up on Fine. I brought this in here for a reason. I brought this up today. This is about half of what else I got in there. And these houses need to be looked at, okay? Like tore down or boarded up or something. There's a long process of doing this. And John and I, and this is new to me. It's all new, and we're getting overwhelmed with these houses, these junk houses and stuff. And John's been coaching me, and I've been out to the courthouse and everything else. Plus, I've been out touring some of these houses and everything else, taking pictures and everything else. It takes time to send these letters to the owners, to the mortgage companies, and get back from them, and a process we have to go through, and it takes time to do that. More so than just, well, let's go tear it down or whatever. And Dave has been working close with me also. You know, we're looking at a house right now over down by Nickel, 2nd and Nickel. And it's really not even worth boarding up. It needs to be tore down. But we can't do nothing with it until we go through the process. And so you're going to have some patience. If you folks have some people living in your districts complaining about a house or something, you know, let me know. Just like today, these folders keep getting bigger. Today I picked up 4 more of them I have to look at tomorrow. So I just want to emphasize that to all of you, and just you're going to have to patience and tell your people be patient too who's calling, because it takes a process we have to go through. That's basically all I got. Any questions on my budget or anything?
Yeah, I'm wondering about the other employees. Julie, only $41,851. That's usually in the $80,000 range. I'm wondering
Yeah, I don't think that's right there.
what could have happened, because that, the fringe
Was that-
benefits
Cause some of that
exceed,
fell over from last year.
No, it's not enough.
no, it should be double that at least.
41 is what it said.
And I don't know where 41,851 came from. That sounds like at least
I will check on it, Fran.
one payroll, but
It's not right.
Everybody.
the fringe benefits are more than what the salaries were, and that doesn't make sense.
Okay, I'll check on that one. And I'll get back with you on it.
Okay, thank you. This shows $177,208.88 as your expenses, but I believe it will be a bit higher.
One thing, Fran, fringe benefits includes the health insurance for the retirees too. So it's not just for the employees that are currently working, that also includes retiree health insurance.
Okay, but still doesn't look right to me. But the overtime, I'm going to compliment you on it's under $2,000, and this is
Pretty good.
it's really
Well, I can attribute that to the captains on the shifts, also the part-timers we have, and how we're scheduling it. And
Yes.
I take care of all the scheduling now and everything else.
Good.
But the captains and the officers are working real good. Now, right now, we're not having very many people taking vacation, but on to the summer months, you'll see it. But I'm
Yes.
gonna try to work my part-timers in there to where we cover. Most of the time, we have them working, they're on vacation, they're taking over half of the overtime that could have been accumulated. And I've been pretty impressed with what's going on with the vacation stuff with our part-time officers. So right now, we haven't got that much overtime available for part-timers to work, because no one's really taking any vacations or anything big going on like holidays that calls for that. So, but on into the year, we probably will. But like I said, last year we did a pretty good job on the way we scheduled our overtimers working, and it covered everything pretty well.
yeah. That's, I know it will stay at that low. It can, because as you say, the vacations and so on.
Yeah,
the days
we were talking today. You know, we had I think 4 or 5 officers hit that 7-week mark. You know, we got in lieu of pay raises back many years ago, and so we're getting to be an older department, and we don't have that many young people, and it's coming up, and they get all these benefits, and some of us are going to be going out the door here the next year or two or whatever. But that's going to be an issue.
Yes.
Thank you, David.
Okay, thank you.
Street department.
As you see what we've done, I'm equally as excited as the park department.
Whose water are you drinking?
Yeah.
I already asked. You see what we've done and so forth, but what I'd like to talk about real quick is the trash is coming along really well. We've got some things here and there, but nothing like we did. And it's amazing to me when you go out of a morning and like Western or some of the long streets where you see the cans all lined up. It's nice to see that. I like to see down the road as weather warms up, people start taking their cans back off the street. We still have some of those that set out most of the time, but not many. So I like to see as weather warms up that maybe the folks will start doing that more. But we've pretty much got all the cans straightened out, and still always have one here or there. And why do you have two? Well, I don't know where it came from. Well, anyway, we take care of those things. We've been patching the streets and doing some things that way. We've had trucks out 2 at a time and trying to patch and do alleys, and just wherever you go, there's a hole. So we can't miss. The group of people we have at the street department, I'm pretty well tickled with each and every one of them. I think a lot of them have taken a hold of their jobs, and I think they're doing a pretty good job for the people of Connersville. You don't have to babysit them. You just point them in a direction. They know what to do, and they're really good people. I don't think any our people are mentioned enough to say how good some of the firemen, policemen, and so forth are. But I want to know everybody that they're a good group of people. The big trash thing, that's starts Monday, that we start picking up. Right now we have already had 30 people that have called and asked for things to be picked up. Please call. More the calls, the happier I am, because that means something's getting hauled away. Some people have more than one item. I said call back next month, we'll get you again. We'll get it till it's gone. But I'm pretty happy with what it is, because we know what we're going to pick up. We know the addresses, and I think it's going to work. And if we have to tweak it, we can, but I don't see any problems. We've been busy, and it's supposed to snow tomorrow night and well, Thursday night and Friday, it's supposed to get 2 inches of ice, so there we are. Our salt supply is pretty decent. I'll have to get with Julie and the mayor to see what we need to do to stock it at the end of the season, but I had another 6 trucks a couple weeks ago, so we've kept that up to date. So it's scary when it gets a little empty. You can see the back wall, believe me. And you know there's trucks coming from Cincinnati, from the river, with off the barges, bringing that stuff up, and they're not here yet. So I've learned a lesson there. So it's all a learning experience, and I'm tickled to death for the opportunity and to serve the people of Connersville. Anybody got any questions?
Remember what you told me today? There's 2 things that you wanted to say tonight.
I can't say them.
Yes, yes, you can. You can. We want to take those toters out, drive them out to the street with the arrow pointing to the street, and don't put any trash around them.
Well, we're putting orange. If you see orange stickers on the lids, we're trying to direct and help the people learn, because it's a lot of us. It's, if you do it 2 or 3 times, it's easy. It's just the first 2 or 3 times. What in the world am I supposed to do? So if you get the toter out, just take it out so that when it picks it up, the lid flops, because Artie's doing a heck of a job of when he's putting them on the ground now. If you notice at the get-go, a lot of the lids were just flopped down. Now the lids are staying on top like they should be. So that keeps the rain and so forth out of them. So that makes it a lot better too.
But don't put trash around it, because they won't pick it up.
Because I've had some calls that people have not been very nice to us, I'll say it that way. And I'm not going to pick up somebody else's can, and I'm not going to pick stuff up off the trash. I've told stories and stories about how people, you know, we empty their tote, they come back, and they fill it back up and take it across the street, we empty it again. I don't care, that's fine. That's fair game. As long as it's in that tote, I'll pick it up all day long. But I'm not going to pick it up off the ground. I don't expect the people to, and I don't think I'm going to be made to, so that's where I stand with that.
What was the other thing you told me to remind you? Don't put your recycle in your tote.
Don't put your recycle in, put it on the ground, and it's still Thursdays. It just, the day is Thursday. One other thing I've been getting a lot of calls on, I don't care what the holiday is until we get to Thanksgiving and Christmas. We'll have to work through that. But every other holiday throughout the year, just like yesterday, we picked up trash. I'm picking up trash so everybody has the same day. Nobody gets confused. Everybody knows what they're doing. And I have one person picking up trash. Yeah, I think it's well worth to pay the one person that one day to pick up trash. And then Tom has a guy so Artie can go down and dump it. But I think it's really good for everybody. We have people just don't remember, and it's running on time this week. And you know, you get those questions day in and day out. So that makes it smooth across the board for everybody.
And should I put a rock on my toter?
No, because you're not going to. The guy, because it was windy, he was concerned about his flap flopping and all that. We've had some pretty good winds. And he called and wanted to know if he could put a brick on top of his can. I said, please don't, sir. I'm afraid to knock my windshield in. So, I mean, but people are thinking, people are trying to help us. I really believe that. I really believe that 95% of them are trying to help the community.
Does the driver get tired? I mean, doing this all the time? I mean, I was thinking about that the other day.
And the thing about it is, I'm right-handed, and he's, you know, this is a left-handed joystick. I couldn't.
How's he doing? Is he doing well?
Yeah, I rode with him yesterday afternoon. There was a couple of issues I wanted to go check on, so I got in the truck with him and just rode with him. And one of our things is people, you got to have it out by 7:30 because there's no route time. So please have it out before 7:30 because we get so much, you know, we get so many calls that you didn't pick our trash up. Well, we picked your trash up if you'd had it out there. So please put it out before 7:30 because it already goes hell-bent for elections. Can I say that?
Thank you, Mr. Joe.
There you go.
Thank you, Mr. Joe.
The cost for running the street department in January, $101,835.20.
Your utility department report. I don't think you have it in your packet.
No.
I think trying to see if we operated at a loss in the month of January in our stormwater. We operated to the positive 49,000 in sewer, and we operated to the positive $32,549.30 in water. that's what we look for every month, to be positive. And as Nancy has called my attention, we try to keep the red off the sheet. It's hard to do because if you have a water pump break or you have to do something with the sewer, we had a break over here in the main street. This week, was it? Last week. It'll show up next month on there as an expense. Any questions about that? Why, you can see me after the meeting. Transfer station.
Yeah. You have the report, you have any questions, folks?
24 tons of recycling, Tom, I noticed that's up from December when you had 39 tons and recycling.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is weather related.
Well, and I think it's also depending on the new trash
And
system.
again, I think with what what we've implemented on the automatic trash, I think people are understanding if they put more in recycling, there's less that goes in the trash. I think that's what made
the bags are free at your place, and your
Absolutely.
hours are what, 7:30 to 3:30?
I'm there from 7 to 4.
7 to 4. They can stop and pick them up. It has to be city residents.
If something happens, I have to leave them by myself, I always set some out on the,
We also have some here in our office.
And the people have to sign for them.
yes.
So
And they have to be city residents.
yes,
Yeah.
and they're
I've got
free.
2 boxes left, so I'll have to be ordering some more bags before long, in a month.
I think there'll be more. I think the recycling will pick up. I really do.
I hope so.
I think
You know, I
it
feel
will.
our cabinet gets filled about every other day.
We actually had a lady come in today and wanted to get a second toter. And we talked to her about recycling. She went ahead and paid the deposit on the toter, but took some bags, and I explained to her what could go in for recycling. She said, so if I start this and I decide I don't need the toter, I said, then you can return it and we'll give you your money back, so.
Yeah, it's well worth the try anyway.
With so many new people recycling, would it be a wise idea maybe to publish something and explain to people in the newspaper or something?
What can be
What
recycled?
can be recycled?
When you come to sign up for bags, there's papers, there's a stack of sheets you can take with you in the list.
David, would you
It's on
bring us some of
TV3
those?
also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's on TV3.
Yes,
It's
it
constantly
is.
running on TV3, the instructions as to what you can recycle.
Explain recycling.
Okay, we'll go to the fire report. The fire chief's not able to be here this evening.
There he is.
Right there.
Why, there he is. I looked back there a minute ago, I didn't see you.
Yeah, I've kind
Were
of
you in
got
the
the
hall?
sniffles. I've been sitting in the hall. I didn't want to spread it around.
Are you, okay. I was looking at your overtime, looks good.
Yeah, we had some carryover on our report. If you look at appropriations, I think you'll see there were some of it carried over from December. We had 100 runs, 215 and a half man hours on emergencies. We did 2 inspections, 8 investigations, 1 pre-plan, and 112 and a half hours of training. Estimated property damage around 115,000. And I didn't have my notes with me, but it was part-time covered 5 days for about 1,700 in savings.
What was the
And,
fire that caused that much damage?
We had, actually had 4 structure fires, and they were all electrical in nature, seemed to be.
Okay.
So we had some good damage on them.
Cost of operating a department, $237,728.50 in January.
And I apologize, my reports had the wrong year on the top of them, it still say 12.
I'm stuck in 12th of March, so I'll work that.
Any other questions? Thank you, Troy.
Thank you.
We did install a new fireman today. His name, Troy?
Nathan
Nathan Stevens. What shift did he go on?
B shift.
B shift. He took the place of the captain who retired.
Robbie Bailey.
EMS commander.
Okay, for the month of January for the city share, our expenses was $45,253.77. Our receipts was $17,375.23 for a total of $27,878.53, and we made 211 runs for the year.
Thank you. Channel 3 TV. Your report's in front of you. John's not able to be here tonight. I don't think he's in the hall. One thing that's really interesting is I've been catching a few of these programs, they call it Out of the Vault. I watched a 10-year-old parade the other day, and it was really neat to find out how young everybody looked. So you might want to watch that. That's really interesting. Okay, I think we're down to old business. Anybody got any old business? No old business. Miscellaneous business. I need a list of streets. I want to get this pavement bid in, and we're bidding per street. The only council person that give me any streets is Nancy. She wants to spend all the money we got in her district. And we'll do it if you don't turn some in pretty soon, won't we, Nancy?
Right, we'll do all mine.
She's got about 10 or 12 streets she's listed in her district, so I'd like to have those this week. I'd like to get Mr. Krim and the blacktoppers on the street looking at them here shortly. Anything else under old business? Miscellaneous business. Nancy, got anything? Tom?
Got two things.
Go right ahead.
David touched on properties. David and I looked at property at 1204 Flint. Like you said, he's got a whole stack of them. I took you up there and we seen the mold and stuff. Can we move on that?
Yeah, we're moving on that. Flint Drive.
It's on the, it's the top,
Okay.
it's the side list here.
Okay, well, I knew he was overwhelmed with that. The second thing, can we have like a, I don't mean absolute penny, but can we have a financial report from the Bicentennial Committee?
Yeah, Julie and I attend that financial meeting. We met, in fact, we had it this morning, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Been a long day. We started at 8 o'clock this morning. We told them to have the financial report ready for the Board of Works on the 4th, and you will get a copy of it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, her and I both serve on that finance committee, and we're
Appreciate
watching the
that.
finances very closely.
Okay.
You have any
Thank
comment
you.
on that?
No.
That was a no. That was a no.
Yes.
Okay. That was a yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Fran, did you ask about lights?
Right, on the fellows in there patrolling the
Yeah,
lots, the
we
street
came
lights that
up-
are not burning.
We came up with a list of lights around town and alleys and streets and everything else, and we're getting hold of Duke Energy and seeing if we can get them fixed. Just regular street lights on streets and in alleys and
Yes,
stuff like
there've been
this.
several that have been, I had several calls and reported them.
Yeah.
They fixed them within 5 days.
So my officers especially on the third shift came in with a whole list of them all over town. So we gave that list to Duke and they're supposed to be taken care of.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any miscellaneous, Debbie?
I don't have anything.
No, nothing. How's your plans going?
They're growing. They're growing.
Oh,
I do have one thing. This week is National FFA Week, so we're celebrating that at the high school.
National what?
FFA Week.
Okay.
Free cake and coffee out there?
What's that?
Free cake and coffee?
Well, we did a teacher appreciation thing today, and we got some good events lined up for the rest of the week to help kids celebrate that. So that's it.
Greg, you got any miscellaneous?
No, I have nothing, thank you.
How about you, Dr.
Not a thing.
Connie?
Nothing. Well, actually, if anybody has any streets, I don't drive every street in my district, so please call us. If you want your street paved.
Mr. Baker, have we missed anything legally tonight?
No, I don't think so. We've covered the important
bases. Okay, I have a couple things I want to go over with you. Number one, whoever's spraying the red paint on buildings around town, especially the 4-H building in the park, and writing nasty names, we've got a good view of one of the individuals. And I want to tell you something, our police chief is going to prosecute him to the utmost, right?
Yes.
That's one thing we're not going to tolerate. And I noticed on Channel 8 tonight, they have somebody in Indianapolis with blue paint. And I suppose that's where they got the idea from. But I think that's just terrible when we're working so hard to fix buildings and keep things nice, for somebody to go around, whether it's man, woman, or child, and spray stuff on buildings. It's hard to get it off bricking.
Our shifts have been notified since our Board of Works meeting. They have since been notified to keep an eye out in areas that alleys and in the park and stuff like that, keep a little closer watch.
And you know, usually on this program, we have cameras all over that park, and we're gonna catch these individuals or individual. But I wanna say, if there's anybody that works in a paint store, one of the hardware stores, and he notices somebody buying cans of red paint, please call the police department or call me, because it's red paint and spray-on paint. We're gonna get them. That upsets me. Not that anybody cares, but upsets me. Did I ask you all if you had anything?
Yes.
Would you like to adjourn?
Yes.
Yes.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion on the floor to adjourn in a second?
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Oh, they're ahead of us by one.